This week on ATV News, the White House celebrated the national Christmas tree lighting. Walmart agreed to pay $7.5 million to settle a discrimination lawsuit, and the oldest living woman turned 117. I'm Tony Peak.
And I'm Savannah McCann.
ATV News starts now. A celebration turned into a nightmare last night for partygoers in Oakland, California. A massive fire broke out at the warehouse space around 11:30 p.m., where dozens of people gathered to hear electronic music band Golden Donna. 9 people have died, with 25 people missing since the fire occurred. The venue, located in Oakland's Fruitvale district, houses a group of artists and their studios. The fire department hasn't been able to search the building in depth as of now because they are still working this morning to put out the flames, so the number of injuries and deaths can rise.
Part of the Great Smoky Mountains are actually smoking. A wildfire started earlier this week and has already destroyed over 80,000 acres of land. The town of Gatlinburg, Tennessee has been evacuated. 3 people have died, but firefighters are working day and night to put out the flames. Officials have instilled a curfew to make sure people will remain safe. Earlier this month, wildfires tore through states like Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina due to droughts. Good news for Tennessee, though, rain is forecasted for Monday. Hopefully this rain will put out the flames. For the latest in entertainment news, let's go to Penny Commit.
Thanks, Savannah. I'm Penny Commit, and I am bringing you the latest entertainment headlines from this week. Nothing says holiday spirit like President Obama himself singing Christmas carols. This past week, our president and famous musician Chance the Rapper sang carols together at the National Christmas Tree Lighting right here in Washington, D.C. The rapper is one of Obama's favorite artists, as he has gone so far to call Chance family, as the musician's father used to work for the president while he was a senator during the president's first term in office. Although Chance originally made an appearance to sing his signature song, Sunday Candy, he then joined Obama, James Taylor, Kelly Clarkson, and Garth Brooks in a beautiful rendition of Jingle Bells. Music lovers everywhere are also raving over Childish Gambino's newest album release entitled Awaken My Love. Although the artist previewed portions of the album during his 2015 Bonnaroo set, people are still shocked by the new direction Gambino took with this 11-track set. This album has a new funk and soul-oriented flavor, a clear contrast to the former albums, which have been heavily rap-influenced. The artist claims he was inspired by his childhood and the folk songs his dad used to play. The album is completely featureless, having absolutely no guest appearances, and contains soon-to-be hits such as Me and Your Mama and Redbone. While music lovers are raving over Gambino, movie junkies can't get enough of the latest Jackie Kennedy film entitled Jackie. Directed by Pablo Larraín and starring Natalie Portman, the flick is being praised by critics and viewers, having a 7.5 on IMDb and an incredibly high 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. The film begins after the assassination of John F. Kennedy and explores the First Lady's fight through grief and trauma to regain her faith and look strong to both her family and the public. Jackie gives us a perspective into the private struggles of beloved public figures and the fight to maintain reputations and historic legacies. In other movie news, the public will once again see Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling fall in love this December. The two fell for each other in the 2011 hit rom-com Crazy Stupid Love and are back at it again with the new romance movie La La Land. This film, directed and written by Damien Chazelle, is predicted to be extremely popular when premiering this week. La La Land focuses on character Mia, an aspiring actress who, in a rather cliché manner, serves coffee and lattes to movie stars in between auditions. Mia later meets Sebastian, a jazz musician who is just as ambitious about his dreams as she is about her acting career. The romance movie follows the two as they struggle to simultaneously continue their relationship and chase after their dreams. Well, that's all for ATV Entertainment. I'm Penny Commit, now back to Tony and Savannah in the studio.
Thanks, Penny.
Savannah, I just love this time of year with Christmas and the holidays coming up, and I just also love to see all celebrities coming, into Washington, D.C. for this Christmas tree lighting. It was so nice to see, especially with Chance being there, Kelly Clarkson, and everybody. So
I know, and I love seeing Obama get involved. I'm really going to miss him. He's so fun and so lively with the crowd and everyone.
Totally, for sure. Fears are at an all-time high as hundreds of Wisconsin dental patients have just been made aware that they could have possibly been exposed to HIV and both hepatitis B and C. Nearly 600 patients who are receiving care at a Wisconsin Veterans Affairs Medical Center could have possibly been exposed, as one staff member is accusing a dentist of inappropriate using dental equipment. This dentist is said to have refused to use equipment properly instead of using sterilized and new equipment. This dentist is set to appear in front of a review board on Monday, so a situation can be assessed by the administration. The 592 patients who could have been infected are now being tested, with the results coming back in the next few weeks. Now let's go to politics with Mariah Espada.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Mariah Espada, bringing you the latest in politics. On November 25, 2016, infamous Cuban leader Fidel Castro passed away at the age of 90. The days following his death prompted mixed feelings of joy and grief globally. Cuba and America have had a tumultuous political history, so it's no surprise that emotions were running high within both countries. This death marks the passing of a controversial figure who made a major impact internationally during his long rule. President-elect Donald Trump and future VP Mike Pence kicked off their thank you tour this past Thursday night with a rally at the U.S. Bank Arena in Cincinnati, Ohio. At his first post-election rally, Trump gave more information on what he plans to do regarding foreign policy, infrastructure, clean energy, destroying ISIS, immigration, and Obamacare. For more news on all things Trump, be sure to check out the always active Trump Twitter account. There's plenty of material to work with. The biggest news of this week was Trevor Noah's exceedingly popular interview with right-wing star Tomi Lahren. Lahren has been known in the public eye to say some rather controversial statements on her final thoughts segment of the blaze regarding the 2016 election, the Black Lives Matter movement, the Dakota Pipeline, and more. When Lahren agreed to make an appearance on Noah's The Daily Show, the world was anxious to see what would come of this discussion. Although the pair's opinion majorly crashed, the two were able to challenge one another's debate style on their liberal versus conservative political views. The interview has gone viral since then and continues to spark political conversation amongst the nation. That's all for this week in politics. I'm Mariah Espada. Back to Tony and Savannah at the desk.
Thanks, Mariah.
Can you believe the death of Fidel Castro has really rocked a bunch of Americans' opinions on him?
You know, it really has. What's interesting is now, after he's passed, you're seeing people speak out in both perspectives. You have people praising him, and then you have people saying, all, negative, derogatory things about him. So it's interesting how, when an event like this happens, when and how and why people choose to speak out.
Exactly. Now everyone's becoming so vocal about their opinions of him. It's
Definitely.
very interesting.
Very interesting.
The oldest living person, Emma Morano, just celebrated her 117th birthday. She is the only person alive that has been born in the 1800s. Her secret to living such a long life? A diet of eggs and biscuits and being single. She divorced her husband and said that she did not want to be dominated by anyone. Emma's life is being made into a musical, which will tell the story of her feminine courage and battles with domestic violence. The musical will be performed in her hometown of Verbana, Italy. And now, let's go to Katie Ivy with sports.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Kate Ivy, and here's what's happening in sports. The Dallas Cowboys did it again with the record now of 10-1. The Thanksgiving Day game against the Washington, D.C. Redskins left the Cowboys with a 31-26 victory. Dak Prescott accounted for 2 touchdowns, and fellow rookie Ezekiel Elliott also scored twice. Cowboy receiver Dez Bryant had 5 receptions and ran 72 yards. Overall, the Cowboys utilized their offense and took home another win. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are ranked first in the Southwest Division. The Spurs played the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, November 30th and won 94-87. The Spurs point guard Patty Mills scored 23 points with 4 assists, while the forward Kawhi Leonard scored 21 points, helping the Spurs rally from a 13-point deficit for a victory. American University's women's volleyball played the University of Michigan on Thursday, December 1st for the first round of the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately, AU was defeated 0-3. However, being the champions of the Patriot League, the season was a memorable one. The Eagles had 6 blocks, 28 digs, and 2 aces against the Wolverines. Hopefully, the talent and skill of this team will be passed on to next year's volleyball team. Moving to the NCAA, Ohio State University managed to beat Michigan 30-27. With OSU ranked 2nd and Michigan ranked 3rd, the game was a close one. With 2 overtimes, Ohio State barely converted a 4th and 1. OSU's head coach Urban Meyer decided not to kick a potential game-tying field goal due to the kicker's missed attempts beforehand. Most say this was one of the greatest football games between these 2 rivals. For sports, I'm Kate Ivy. Back to Tony and Savannah in the studio.
Thanks, Kate. It really had an amazing season, the AU women's volleyball team. So proud of them to see how far they came.
You know, very proud of them. It's a shame that their season has come to an end, but they worked very hard, they've gotten very far, and that's just an accomplishment in of itself.
It is something to be proud of.
For sure. Walmart has agreed to pay $7.5 million to settle a lawsuit that accuses the chain of discrimination against gay employees. The class action suit claims that the Walmart company denied same-sex couples spousal insurance from the years 2011 to 2013. Jacqueline Cody filed the complaint in July 2015 after finding out that more couples had also been denied the same insurance. Walmart insists that no more than a few thousand people were affected by this issue and are willing to work with these people to resolve it. Walmart began offering insurance to same-sex couples once they were legally allowed to get married in 2014.
If you think that buying presents for family members is tough, imagine buying a gift for a complete stranger. New Zealand will be holding a countrywide Secret Santa. The New Zealand Post will be matching gift givers up on Twitter, which allows participants to see what their Secret Santa likes. Over 2,000 people signed up to participate in this event. People will be using the hashtag #NZSecretSanta to help direct gift givers. The tradition started all the way back in 2010 and will be running soon for this holiday season. For this week's Finance Report, let's turn to Elizabeth Holmes.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Liz Holmes with this week's Finance Report. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released on Friday the unemployment numbers for the month of November. Unemployment is down to 4.6%, the lowest it has been during the entire Obama presidency. This is down from a high 10% in 2009, just about 6 months after Obama took office. As our president prepares to leave the White House in January, here are some major economic highs and lows to his presidency. The economy has grown about 2% on average yearly, which is lower than the average 3% before the recession, but still positive. Stocks are down incredibly well, with the Dow and S&P 500 at record highs. Wage growth, although currently rising, has fallen or frozen between 2007 to 2015 for hourly wages. American oil production is the highest in almost 50 years, and gas prices are significantly low. Government debt has nearly doubled, but the federal deficit has been cut by 2/3. Overall, Obama leaves us with an economy that is not too bad and significantly better than the one he inherited from former President Bush in 2009. We'll see after 4 years how a Trump presidency stacks up. That's This Week in Finance. For ATV News, I'm Liz Holmes. Now back to Tony and Savannah in the studio.
You know, Savannah, it's interesting to hear, and it's very positive, that we always think about the negatives regarding our economy, but to hear that overall there's been a positive increase and we're in a little bit better of a situation with our economy, it's very positive, it's uplifting going forward.
Right, and I just really hope President-elect Trump keeps this upward trend going during his presidency that'll take place.
Absolutely. Now let's see what's happening around the world with Sumita Bhattarai.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Sumita Bhattarai with your World News Report. The United Nations Security Council voted to impose tougher sanctions on North Korea. With the sanctions, North Korea will only be allowed to export up to 7.5 million tons of coal. The sanctions were imposed on North Korea due to their continuous testing of nuclear weapons. As a result of the cap on its exports, North Korea will now make less money, preventing a majority of their profits from being used for weapons and artillery. Moving on, President Salva Kiir has denied that ethnic cleansing is taking place in South Sudan. This is in response to the United Nations Commissioner on Human Rights warning that ethnic cleansing is indeed happening in the war-torn country. South Sudan has been going through a civil war, which has led to the fleeing of over 2 million people. Due to its diversity, there is no one dominant culture in South Sudan. However, the UNCHR is said to have heard villagers say that they are ready to shed blood to get their land back. Lastly, the Colombian Congress and Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC, have come to a revised peace deal following the dramatic results of the prior referendum. This deal is bringing an end to the 50-year civil war in Colombia, which has created over 200,000 casualties. The revised deals include topics such as what will happen to the rebels post-disarmament, as well as topics surrounding drug trafficking offenses and how the courts plan to address it. That's all for World News. I'm Sumita Bhattarai. Let's return to Tony and Savannah at the desk.
Thanks, Sumita.
It really is nice to see that Colombia came to an agreement finally after all the chaos that's been happening on this peace deal.
Absolutely. You know, it took a lot of time, but just to come to any sort of solution is always good, bring some clarity to the country, and hopefully everything will just be in a better position going forward.
Exactly. We're definitely moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Tuesday night, a plane crashed in Colombia. The crash, which killed 71 people, was due to suspected electrical failure. The plane was carrying a Brazilian professional soccer team. Only 5 of the passengers survived. The team was on its way to the finals of a regional tournament. There's no word what will happen for the remaining players and coaches, but for now, the rest of their season has been canceled as the soccer world mourns this tragedy. And now for our weather report, let's go to Jill Cameron.
Thanks, Savannah. I'm Jill Cameron with your weekly weather forecast. Get ready for the cold. Now that November has come to a close, December is coming in fast with an Arctic blast. Expect cooler temperatures throughout the work week, ranging from the low 50s to the low 40s. On Tuesday, bring out your umbrellas and a warm coat because we're going to have some rain and a high of only 47 degrees. It's going to warm up just a little bit towards the end of the work week with a high of 49 degrees on both Wednesday and Thursday. But temperatures will drop again on Friday with a high of 41 degrees and a low of 26 degrees. But don't get too worried about the cold. We could see our first snow of the season on Friday evening with a 50% chance of precipitation. So be sure to bundle up this week and keep an eye out for a potential snowfall. With your weekly weather forecast, I'm Jill Cameron. Back to Tony and Savannah in the studio.
Thanks, Jill.
Savannah, it's so nice to actually have some cooler weather. I never thought I'd say that. I'm a summer person myself, but you can break out the sweaters and starting to feel like the holiday season. I think with that comes some cold weather.
I know, I'm excited. After finals and everything, I can finally get excited for snow and to sit inside around like a fire. But for right now, I don't want to see any snowfall while I'm here.
Yeah, no, we'll wait till we go home for that.
Right.
For sure. American Airlines flight attendants are experiencing a little fashion emergency. It's not that they hate their new uniforms, but apparently these uniforms are making the staff members sick. The flight crews are claiming that the new uniforms are contributing to headaches, rashes, respiratory problems, itchy eyes, hives, and burning skin. There have been more than 1,600 complaints about the new uniforms, and the company, who doesn't doubt that their uniforms are safe, is taking measures to investigate while these problems are occurring. American Airlines has finished its 3rd round of lab-based evaluations and is offering employees dermatological testing to figure out the cause of their symptoms. The uniforms are a part of a company overhaul that began once American Airlines merged with U.S. Airways in 2013. For the latest in campus news, we turn to Chelsea Fosu and Emily Lytle.
Thanks, Tony. I'm Chelsea Fosu.
And I'm Emily Lytle, and this is What's Up AU. It's finally December, and there's more than just a chill in the air. Students around campus are anticipating the holiday season and preparing for finals week. Whether it's the holidays, the unpredictable weather, or a daunting schedule of assignments and exams, many students will face challenges and stress the next few weeks. So, several campus organizations have offered ways to de-stress.
On Wednesday, December 7th, A Healthy You and AU alum Betsy Thomason will host a brown bag wellness workshop. Thomason will discuss the importance of breathing to reduce stress levels. She will teach attendees about the basic science of breathing and how it relates to relaxation, focusing on the breathe-out dynamic system. A light lunch will be provided, and the event will take place from 12 to 1 p.m. in the Butler Boardroom.
That same day, Wednesday, the 7th, the Interfaith Chapel Services will offer a service of hope. The service will take place at noon in the K Chapel. It's important to remember that some on campus may be hurting, fearful, or anxious during this holiday season. But this service aims to combat those feelings with hope. The service is open to people of all religious affiliations or none at all.
Also on December 7th, the South Asian Student Association is hosting a social event for members and interested parties. The event is called SASA and Chill. There will be cultural music, dancing, board games, and fun bonding. It will be great to debrief and have a little fun with new friends. Also on Thursday, December 8th in SIS 102 at 7 p.m., stop by Care Packages for the Troops, hosted by the SIS Undergraduate Council. Holiday cards and small care packages will be created for those serving overseas. You can enjoy cookies and holiday music while de-stressing before finals while supporting our troops. We wish you a great week ahead and good luck on finals. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Emily, and this has been What's Up AU.
Thanks, Chelsea and Emily. Savannah, I love the fact that AU is making sure that their students stay stress-free or as stress-free as they can and anxiety-free going into final season. I know for me, I get a little anxious and I have various techniques that I've, used myself, but the fact that the school is taking those techniques and sharing them with the students is just amazing.
I just can't believe it's already almost finals week.
I know.
Where did this semester go?
It went by so fast.
It
but
really did. I'm ready for
Yeah, I'm ready for spring.
Me too. Well, that's it for ATV News this week. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Savannah McCann.
And I'm Tony Peak. Thanks for watching.